Hi, good morning everyone, and greetings from Yoret. Misha here for the finals telling of finding my Ayurveda. And the last video, we went through the pain of embracing Ayurveda. I spoke to a student of mine recently who's becoming a very good friend, and they reminded me that actually when it comes to the nutrition part of Ayurveda, you can describe it as tidal, because this is very much the experience that I have, and a lot of my clients have had this. So what they are finding, or what I certainly found, is that for as many times as I rebelled, for as many times as I returned to the foods that I knew were not suiting my digestion didn't find them to be the most beneficial of foods. The rebellions became smaller and smaller, and the return to Ayurveda or the Vedic wisdom for the nutrition got faster and faster. In every turn, whenever I turned away, I would go back very quickly. And of course, when you start this wonderful journey and you start feeling the effects, it becomes obvious to those around you. People start asking you, okay, what's going on? So when we first got back from India, I suffered. I suffered hugely. We don't have the same setup in India as in Europe as we have in India. So in India, if you need to go to temple, there can be alarms and bells that go off. Certainly you would hear your neighbors, so you would know then it's time to meditate, time for prayer, time for exercise, do all your things before you go to work. I cannot think of anywhere in Europe that happens. Certainly we have church bells, but not everyone is diving out of bed at 4 and 5 in the morning to go and do their daily worship in their routine. And I also had noticed there is some trepidation in the Europeans. We're wonderful people, but we get very obsessed with, are we bothering people? Are we disturbing people? Should we ask so many questions? Is this permitted? Okay, we're very permission-based, very permission-based. So I had a lot going on within inside me, a lot of curiosity and things I wanted to know when I got back, and I didn't feel that there was anyone I could really reach out to. At that point, I had no idea if anybody in the island of Mallorca knew of Ayurveda or not. So it felt a bit isolating, and it was not until I got my first client. So I was working as a teacher, teaching English as a second language. And my boss said to me, one of my colleagues wasn't doing so well, and should we have a chat? And so I had a chat with this beautiful lady. To maintain confidentiality, I will just say that she had an extreme digestive problem, and the doctors had left her on what I call the beige diet. If you have digestive problems, you know full well what the beige diet is. It is that you accompany every meal with a tablet that helps acid reflux. Omeprazole is the biggest one I know, but there's many others. You will take this with white rice or potatoes or pasta, or sometimes you can have bread, white bread, and they will allow this with fish and chicken. If you ask about vegetables, sometimes you can have peas or carrots, but not really. They will ask you to stay on this diet until the symptoms go away, and then you can eat normally again. And if you can't eat normally again, they put you back on this diet. By the time I started working with this lady, she was grey. Her skin was going grey. She had no energy. She had clearly no libido. She was starting to not be able to think. She was struggling with daily activities. And I sat down with her and did my first ever consultation. I went through the questionnaire. I told her about her doshas. I explained to her why things like the weather are so important, and the quality of the food, as in the properties Ayurvedically of the food, the elements in there, can aggravate what's already going on in her body. And within 6 months, she also looked like a new woman. It was just such a transformation, and I felt this warmth. Suddenly, I was like, yeah, this is a really good thing, that people can claim health by themselves through gentle exercise. If they need meditation, meditative exercise, through food, through lifestyle, and it didn't cost the earth. You know, this is the other thing that we do in Europe. If you want your health, you have to pay. Really? Really? So from there, it became clear, having spent a week studying with Miriam in Holland and with Dr. Shailesh, and picking up more of this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful wisdom. And Miriam was very quick to spot her student there. She was like, yeah, come on over. It's just a 30-hour course. I got the bug. I really got it's not enough for me to just do this. I want to tell everyone about this. Everybody should know their own way to finding their health without a doctor. Actually, the physicians are really new, huh? You know, they've only been around in this kind of science. They've only been around for a few hundred years against the thousands of years of the other medicines. But everybody has their own path. And what I realized is that it's so capable with Ayurveda to do what you want. You really can take your power back and be your own healthful self without exclusions. So it took me a little while and a little studying, but I realized that there is a way now to coexist with my paganism. I can still have my wine, and I do. And if you know me, that's the truth, huh? But I know how to help my body understand the effects of it, that we don't suffer from it, that there's nothing... there's no impact, you know, there's no hangover, nothing like that in the body. So going forward then, I wanted to really help people. But what does that mean? All of us like to help people, right? We like to help. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm going to help somebody. But in Ayurveda, this huge world of medicine, actual medicines, because I am talking about food and lifestyle, that's my passion in Ayurveda, but there are actual medicines. 100% plant-based, but they are medicines. Where did I want to take this to? Well, I had this notion, and I began last year rolling out workshops and asking people if they wanted to come and cook with me. And I did a huge manifesting ritual on this. And I really prayed, and I said, yes, workshops and cooking, this will be the best thing for me. Well, I have just finished a 40-hour course with Dr. Amruta, and I am now very much sharing the opinion that cooking is not for me. I can show you how to cook, but actually it's the same thing as teaching a man to fish. You know, if I give you the fish, it's great. But if I show you how to do it and I don't do it, it's better. I'm being predominantly pitta with more fire than any other dosha in my person now. And I'm very balanced now. It's too hot. It's too hot for me now. We're in July. I'm not cooking at the moment. I just can't cook. I can cook for somebody else. But if you want me to put that in my mouth and eat it, the answer is no. All I can do is drink. I can eat before 8 in the morning, and I can have something very light in the evening. But even during the day, when I'm usually the hungriest, I just want to drink lots of liquid. But it left me with a bit of a deficit. And last year, I felt disappointed that I had not met my challenge. I want to help. How can I spread this word of Ayurveda? And I changed. I had started with a business coach, and changed from one to another because they were teaching different things, and realized with the second coach, oh, I got this a bit wrong. I have this whole idea of this huge landscape of clients, but who I really want to work with, and where the light starts to shine, where I get very excited and I start speaking very fast, the vata gets so creative, is when I start speaking about a retreat beginning program. So you will come and stay and live with me for 5 days in a retreat base. I will teach you everything that you need to know for you, for your Ayurveda. We will go through food and nutrition in 5 days. And what started to come from this was this whole life program. Because I did it. And I am 43 years of age, and I'm looking forward to the next 43 years of sharing this information, and the 43 years after that, I might relax, but I finally found my thing because I did it. I have done this thing. Now, it also occurred to me, I'm a bit devil's advocate, I am a pagan practicing Ayurveda. So why should these women be any different? Because I want predominantly to work with women. It's not that I will not work with men. I just feel that men need a different thing right now. And what I can offer is more for the divine feminine. So, okay, I want to work with these women, and I have this idea of what they should do. They should come and stay with me. But I remembered the retreat, and I remembered India, and I remember getting stuck. I got home and I got stuck, and I didn't know who to ask. So it wasn't enough for me to run retreats. And it was not enough for me for it to be just Ayurveda. So I have created a life program, the Forever Diva, because once you do this program, you will lock onto your health forever. It's based on Ayurveda, and mostly the education is Ayurvedic. But the exercise, for example, could be Qigong, could be yoga, could be Tai Chi. It really depends on the women who come to me and what you want. So the whole idea is, before you get to me, there's a big application process. We work it out together. I start designing your program. By the time you arrive, we work through the program in the 5 days, which includes a huge pamper spa day in the middle. So you will get treated just absolutely like the diva that you are. Not that you're going to be. You are a diva, huh? We just have to let her out. Yeah? Yeah. And after this, you will go home, and I will be right by your side. Each week, a contact of at least minimum 1 hour call, plus whatever amount of WhatsApps you need. Tell me, what do you need? Do you need to know about rice? Do you need to know about cardamom? What do you want? This to me feels like the way that I can serve best, because this is how I really could have been helped when I was going through it. And I mean, the health speaks for itself. I don't have to sell the benefits of the health. You know, if you look at me back 10 years ago and you see this puffy, non-shiny skin, and I am not 100% perfect now, but I'm in my health. This is what I can tell you. Really, I'm in my health. So that sells itself. But this is for the women who want to lock onto their health. This is for the women who, maybe like me, there are some family illnesses. You know, my dad died from motor neurons. There is diabetes on both sides of the family. There is cancer on the Irish side of the family. And it can worry you a bit. You can maybe feel like, oh, is that something that I should worry about? No, I have no fear. And now, because of COVID, I feel even more. We have to learn to love ourselves enough to want to be healthy for us. It's not for the government, it's not for your parents, it's not for your children. You have to be healthy for you. So that's how I ended up here. I started the company Prasad Massage and Nutrition last year. It's about to go through a name change. We're going to change it to Mish's Prasad, because this feels like my gift to the world. To show all these amazing women who in turn can show their counterparts, their partners, their peers, their own children, what it means to love thyself, what it means to heal thyself, to just be you. Mish's Prasad is dedicated to sharing the passion of the wisdom of self-health. I would love very much that you share this also. I'm a little bit behind with my admin on the YouTube, so I keep forgetting to put the links in, but please do share the page, or if you like, pop onto Facebook and share with your friends there. And let's see if we can't get this word absolutely global. The word of Ayurveda is being taken care of. This word is the word of self-health. I am doing it through Ayurveda, but Mish's Prasad, we're just going to have as much self-health in there as we can. So thank you very much for listening today. And when I come back to you, we're coming back to you in the month of August, the 1st of August, we will be going live with the lifestyle. The month of August is going to be very challenging. The heat is crushing at that point. The lifestyle goes out the window. You sleep when you can, you're tired, you're constantly sweating. All those things that you like to do, you just put out the window because you want to be cool. August is when we really need to stick to the routine. So I will be going through some hints on Facebook as often as possible, possibly not every day. And certainly on YouTube, I'll be at least once a week, giving you some information that might help. So any questions, let me know. And if not, thank you very much for your attention. Have a great day and namaste.